If you're watching on the second channel, then hello to you, because right now I believe I'm talking to literally no one, as as now I just, sometimes I just hit stream and go straight into it. We don't even have a pre-stream announcement or anything like that. And there's the first person in chat, Jill 349. Welcome to the stream today. Feels very strange to start it this way, like my screen is mostly blank. So welcome everyone who's tuning in. I'll keep saying that because some of y'all aren't even here yet. And if you're wondering why we did away with the pre-stream music, it's because of copyright on Twitch and issues around that whole fiasco, so no more pre-stream music basically. Although on occasions I have been playing some of the Asuma remixes, and I should probably actually do that more. Sometimes I think of that and then I do that, and sometimes I don't, and so we jump straight into it. But it always feels very strange to start this thing off. Anyway, we've got people tuning in, so welcome everyone. These are all flight duration 2. We might need to make some materials to begin with, or I might jump into chopping down some trees. As you know, I like to do grindy stuff, and speaking of grind, I've got to make more grey concrete. Fortunately, we have the means to do that. Let's actually make one of these, and we can have a bit of a chat while we use the machine, as I need to vent a little bit. This is a place for me to vent my feelings and emotions, and I'm thankful to have it, to have some people listen to me waffle on, So, welcome everyone, welcome people are tuning in, they're throwing bananas my way. Thank you, I appreciate that, lets me know that we're live. Also, we are listening to a new Lord Leviticus record. They're coming like every other year now, and I remember when I discovered Lord Leviticus, which was pretty much before I even started uploading YouTube. It's when I just first came to the YouTube music scene, and I can't even remember how I discovered his music, but it was probably through discovering Dungeon Synth and being very interested in this, I wouldn't say new, well it definitely wasn't new, but sort of musical genre, a little micro genre as they call it, that was having a little bit of its own renaissance on the internet. Some musical ideas from the 90s being resurrected in this new environment, and yeah, discovered his records. And this was back when you could message people and just start chatting to them over YouTube. Doesn't happen anymore. They took out the messaging system, and so we talked a lot about music, like good internet friends and all of that. And I've been following his music to this day, and I am still very excited whenever there is a Lord Leviticus record. So how many more we got to do? It's like 3.5 of each. Now I'm going to hold my thoughts on this current record. I could just start waffling on and saying a lot about this music, but I think I'll let it speak for itself. It's also going to tie in with our aquatic project that we'll be starting very soon, which I think would be really cool. I might try and use some of it in my videos, have some time-lapse music. But I'm going to hold my tongue on my thoughts, because I really want to get deep into this record and then write for my music blog, which I've been writing for a lot lately and enjoying that. Probably because of the heat wave, actually. Just gets me sitting down at the laptop. Can you turn the music up? For this one we will, actually. We'll turn it up. There we go. No louder than that, though. And just looking at my mixer, that looks pretty steady right there. That looks like a good mix. Louder than usual, but with a good reason, right? Now people are saying screen is broken. Are you telling me that the first 5 minutes of this stream is just the pre-stream? I can make a joke about Dirt Button, and I can't even explain that. This is what happens when I just waffle. I'm not looking at chat, basically. Oh, the perfectionist in me is screaming. I'm like, forget it. Get on with it. It'll soon be Christmas. Peeps, remember that. Whatever you're going through, it'll soon be Christmas, alright? I am in this fortunate position where, my first world struggles are, oh no! I streamed with the pre-stream on in front of all these people, right? I can laugh that off. We can turn that into a good thing. Whatever you got going on in your life, whenever something bad happens, whenever the rain lands on your forehead, that's I was trying to come up with such an elegant expression then, and it sounded terrible. Whenever you're having a rainy day, there we go. You know, if possible, trivialize and minimize. Now, obviously, there needs to be some seriousness here, like sometimes you go through things that shouldn't be trivialized and minimalized, but if it's something, I don't know, maybe a little, as we say on the internet, OCD related, not saying it is obsessive compulsive disorder, but you know, there's little bits of neatness that, oh no, I've broken a streak, or try and minimize them, you know. It's not worth the suffering. Okay, so I've got to do this, F3T, and then I will tab over to my noises in the ear. Hey! And now we're just going to let that run for a minute. So this is your high quality content. Yazid says, can you talk about the Creeping Winter DLC for Dungeons? I saw it announced somewhere and I figured I will check it out again when it comes out. In fact, I'm going to now make a note to make sure I get my contact with that whole stuff sorted out so I can do it on the day. Cool. Alright, noises in the ear. James Drew, 27 for 52 months. By the way, I feel like I haven't heard a noise in the ear yet. What's up with that? Maybe it's because I had the pre-stream thing on. Hafran is here with a Prime. Faustus Voss for 8 months. Official Jaden here for 4 months. Marmot95 for 12. Goldie Face in chat right there. 1 year, indeed. Boats Play MC here with the Prime. Thank you ever so much for your subscription. There we go. Noise in the ear. Heard it that time. Got it. Okay, so things are good, not broken. And we got a cheer and bit here from Sir Hammer 1 saying, "Hey X, I had a video suggestion to me, and it was you giving a tour of your amazing single world, and there was a guy reacting to it. And it was funny as can be. Ever seen it?" No, but I want to go search that. Your English is a little broken, or maybe I'm reading it silly, but I understand what you're saying now that I think it through. Someone reacting to a tour of my world. This is going on my things to do after I stream list, which has got a lot on it. So I wanted to vent a little bit, but now that we just started streaming is always this really nice environment where all the thoughts and worries, they could just kind of dissipate a little. Badger says, so Fightstar Dive came on Shuffle, and then I saw X was streaming. Simpatico. I've not heard the word simpatico before, but I think I know what you're getting at. Every now and then these little things just overlap, and you're like, huh, I have that every now and then. I spot that quite often. Usually it's you hear something somewhere, you see something, and then something related to it pops up, and you just have a stronger connection because you're like, oh, that was that thing the other day. But really, there's always little bits of information flying at you, and it just, you know, it just takes that spark, and then you think there's a connection there, whereas actually you're always being bombarded with information. It's like one of those stories. What are the odds of that happening? You know, oh, he got struck by lightning twice. Well, you know, you're going to hear a story about someone being hit by lightning twice. But if you imagine we always talked about every day we lived where we didn't get hit by lightning twice, then all of a sudden, hearing that story is once in a blue moon, right? It's because the odds are so drastic that it becomes a story. Okay, every now and then, again, this happens. And it's going again. Sweet. We got Legacy 42642 for 22 months. Volcano 3601 with a Prime. CJ Hype Master here with a Prime. Slarky Malarkey 15, like that username there. Slarky Malarkey. Rapunzel 77 with the Prime. Samstar here for 3 months, and Dash with a donation. Thank you ever so much. No message with that, but I appreciate the support. When was the last time you painted something? Says I'm a snail. I actually know now that I think about it, but I won't say. Not that long ago, let's put it this way. You're talking like Neil deGrasse Tyson on Joe Rogan. That makes a lot of sense, says Shady Bob. I listen to a lot of Neil deGrasse Tyson podcasts, you know, his show Star Talk, and I really love his way of explaining things. And in the journey of, you know, figuring out yourself and what's going on in the universe and what you think of it all, I feel like he is the culmination of many different ideas and things that I've heard that I've sort of put together, and then listening to Neil, it's like, you articulate all of it so well. Like he's the one that says, like, science is the reduction of uncertainty, and that is the best way, I think, to describe what science is, because often it isn't truth and fact. It's a reduction of uncertainty. Let's take something like sports science. I was watching some sports science videos earlier, right? Talking about all these studies, we got these people to do this test, you know, this movement for, you know, this amount of reps, this amount of volume for this amount of weeks, and then these people did it slightly different, and what was the results? And some people will talk about that as if, oh, this study shows it's a fact, it's better to do it this way. But the better way to describe what's going on is it's a reduction of uncertainty. Those sorts of tests can show insights into what potentially can be better for some types of people or not. But it's not like an absolute answer. Reduction of uncertainty. It's a really good thing to think of. Okay, where are we at with this? Did it just... yeah, it just did a thing again. Okay, Short Zelda 22 with the Prime. Huckins Gaming gifting a sub to Fudgy H. Vadin Shadow with the Prime. And then we've got a couple of messages here. Bleb says, perks of working from home. Watch X make concrete. Couldn't ask for more, lol. That's what you get in high quality entertainment right here. Okay, we're done. We're done with that. It actually doesn't take too long to do like a whole box, right? It's pretty quick, like 5 minutes. And you got it all. Also, just massive spoilers. I don't even care like that I'm going to spoil stuff, because it's been an interesting week. And like I said, I wanted to vent, and I'll vent in a little bit. Because we just got sucked into some talking about this and that. And okay, it's all coming into here. And for now, that'll actually be enough. The rest will slowly make its way in there. But why exactly it will slowly make its way in there? Well, that's a reason to watch the next episode. So we've had heat waves this week. And they've really knocked me off my feet. And it's been difficult to record. And today I just felt those pressures of like, oh, I've got to get this video out here and there. And I like having a schedule. I like being consistent. You know me, I'm a bit of a structure type person, right? Like, I'm not too go with the flow. So I've got this like idea that I have to get these videos done at a certain time, and every now and then it just catches up with you a bit, and that's what it's been like last couple of days. It's been a bit of a push to get things done. They haven't quite gone the way I wanted to, and the heat was making everything a bit more difficult. And once again, look at me. Look at what I'm complaining about. This isn't worth complaining about, you know? It always takes a live stream to get me out of it. So yeah, I've just been in a bit of a mood, really. Oh, haven't done that in a while. I'm kind of getting sick of the trading like all the time. Where's the dude at? Where's he at, Corrales? I don't see him. Where did he say it was? Maybe it's just around the other side. Inside the house now. Okay, it's inside the house. Did I sort the volume out? Okay, right. I felt like I got that off my chest. Thanks for listening. Okay. Total spoilers here. Total spoilers. And we got loads of sub bombs coming in, by the way. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it. Right, how can we get you trapped? That one would just step aside for a second. Go on, a little bit further, mate. You are a cheeky one. Come on, fall off that ledge. There we go. Wait, where's the... Fall off the ledge! I'm trying to place a block here. Why is it so difficult? That thing's got some serious resistance on it. It's because I'm not getting it to fall off that way. Come on, go that way. Oh. Oh. You know, incredible content here on the stream as always. Just... Oh, I felt like that was the one. Fall down. Yes! Like that. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, now this sucker shouldn't go anywhere, right? You're trapped there. And now we get to trade with you. Right, I got lots of noises in the ear to read, not ignoring you, just trading with the Wanderer. So, do we have anything here that I'm desperately after? I don't think we do. But what we got? Cobble, hay bale. Let's grab our emeralds. I think I saw that in there. I think I saw gold block. Hay bale. Cobblestone. Okay, so get the tango heads, get the stress heads. So we've got the tube coral, shroom light, nether bricks, red sand. I think I saw basalt in there, or maybe it was polished basalt. Shroom light. I think we have red sandstone. Now I know this isn't thrilling entertainment, peeps, but the way it works is I just try and memorize at a glance as much as I can, then fish them out. Keep doing that over and over, and eventually we'll get there. That was one of them. Where was red sand? Here it is. Okay, so giving it another shot. We got those. We got that. So dirt is one of them. Also bubble coral. I think I'm actually after the bubble coral, or maybe it was the brain one. Okay, so now we're looking for nether brick, smoker, the warped, melon, dirt, bubble. It's dirt in that one, it's not. Wait, wasn't nether bricks one of them? Warped, both types. And then we need a coral, purple coral. And the smoker. So one of these has the smoker. There we go. We are getting close. Didn't get dirt, funny enough. Dirt and melon. And gold ore. Dirt, melon, gold ore. I think that's all we got left. Dirt, melon, gold ore. Easy to remember now. Melon. Wait, that had ores in it? It had 2 ores in it. That's it, we've done it. Sweet. Oh, this is a beautiful song, this one right here. Okay, right. Don't turn up again for the rest of this stream. That's an instruction right there. I don't want to be distracted again. Well, let's face it though, a stream is literally a perpetual distraction. Must remember to put a melon in there. Cool. And while we're here, got to grab a certain tool. That one. Oh yeah, I've still got 1 or 2 more heads to collect, don't I? Huh! Oh, it had to be done. It had to be done. Okay, we can read some noises in the ear now. There goes Krallis. Right. Oh my goodness me, I apologise. I apologise for the slowness here. Blep, thank you for your donation, by the way. Appreciate it. Brewer, Hydra is here with cheers and bits saying, hey X, question about wither farms. How can I set up a wither skelly farm in a single player world without a source of wither roses? Is there a good non-wither based source of wither rose? I'm not sure that there is. I'm not sure that there is. I really do think you have to use the wither to get it, right? Anyway, thank you for your cheers and bits. Yeah, you know what? You don't need a wither rose to make that type of farm. If you go and search up wither skeleton farms from Minecraft 1.8 and upwards, right? I'm not saying you should build those designs, but you'll see some principles that potentially could lead you to a design. Problem is, in this day and age, like the diversity of farms is like narrower because there are more mechanics in the game that can be specifically exploited. So you used to have concepts like separating the mobs. A really good example is my Season 2 farm, actually. That thing was awesome. Built a massive cage, had these platforms, and it would take advantage of a way to crush every mob but the wither skeleton. And so they'd fall into these chambers and accumulate over time, and then you could put wolves in there, and yeah. Okay, Chocolate Live is here for 2 months. Crocodilly Pop is here for 4 months. X, have you played The Last of Us 2? I have not. I'm playing The Last of Us at the moment, and I've got to be honest, I'm not that thrilled by it. I'm really liking the storyline. The storyline is terrific. Enjoying it. I need to ask Kralis a question. Actually, no, I'm not gonna bother. I've got some work over here to do first. So this side, Kralis is building, and on that side, I'm going to build a like a tarmac car park. God, why did that come out of my brain slow and funny? I'm going to build a car park over here. Originally, I was going to extend the jungle around the corner, but I feel like I know the jungle's going to look bad over here because the leaf color changes. So we will tear out these trees. Actually, I might time-lapse this. Yeah, I'm going to bring on the old camera account. I'm just going to time-lapse everything grindy I do. Because I like to show that kind of progress, you know. I just feel like when I stream, I start talking about stuff. And then just go on a tangent and then forget why I started talking about something. Oh, that was it, yeah, because of Last of Us. Alright, so The Last of Us. I'm liking the storyline. The storyline's great. The combat and the action in between, I'm utterly useless at. Like, there was one bit where there were all these guards that I had to shoot, and I used up all of my ammo fighting them. So in the next bit, I just decided to walk past them all. I'm absolutely pants at the challenge stuff. So it kind of feels like I like it when you're exploring and you're moving forward, but as soon as the game slows down because there's like these aliens that bite you in the neck, and well, they're not aliens, they're infected. They were once people and they're infected. They bite you in the neck and it's so frustrating, but I don't want to be frustrated by computer games, right? If I'm bad at a computer game, I'll admit it. I'll go, yeah, I suck. I want to have a fun experience and enjoy myself. And I'm enjoying that game when you're in the cutscenes and the story is progressing. But when I'm fighting baddies, it's just kind of boring. And yeah, so that's where I'm at with that. That's how I feel about that game so far. It's definitely got its merits, but it's just maybe not for me. And I haven't been playing it consistently, so you know, my training has also meant I'm not like spending 40 minutes on a treadmill lately. Because if I pop on the treadmill, which I do several times a day, it's only for like 15-20 minutes. If I'm going to be on there for longer, then I'll play Last of Us. And I was on there longer the other day. Alright, we got a sub bomb from Official Jaden here. Gifting subs to Mediki Samurai, Germariv, Lito, Cobunks, and FenMed25. Thank you for gifting those subs. Appreciate you supporting our community. We're going to rip out all those honey blocks, by the way, back there. They're going to go. And we're going to collect all these jungle leaves for Iskall, because everyone keeps telling me Iskall needs jungle leaves. And I'm like, yeah, okay, we'll get some for him. And they keep telling me. So he must need a lot of jungle leaves for his giant jungle tree, is what I'm thinking, you know? Because I didn't read the lectern, you know? I could have gone and read the lectern and understood all the instructions, but I decided just to listen to the audience and the people spamming jungle leaves in my chat. You know, because obviously I can just trust anything they say. If I go and read a book, there's a chance that I might make a bit of a mistake, you know, and I might end up perhaps collecting the wrong type of leaf, which we wouldn't want to do, because Iskal's placing a lot of leaves. He wants, you know, 1 million of them, and if we were to give him the wrong type of leaf, it'd be devastating. So I'm making sure that I'm getting the right type of jungle leaf by listening to my chat telling me to get jungle leaves all the time and ignoring the book. Because if I read the book, I'm probably going to make a mistake, right? At least that's the way I'm seeing it. Actually, this bit here is like technically jungle, but we'll have like a cut-off point, right? For this area that we're clearing out. And this is that cut. Oh, it goes under here. Maybe I should have left some of that in. Dude, he needs birch leaves, says Aquaholic. Dude, don't troll, okay? Don't be sarcastic, that's not cool. No one likes a troll. Jeez, rude. Okay, yeah, I'm going to leave just a little bit of it around here then. So we've got a bit of a... Got to think about how it gets cut off. Like, where's that transition at? It's going to be kind of here. Right, we don't want these oak leaves, so just going to let those ones despawn, essentially. Oh, that is a tall tree. Luckily, we can climb up vines now. That makes my life easier, doesn't it? And I can stand on them and mine the blocks. Brilliant. Ah! Loud noise! Woo! Lots and lots of jungle leaves. I apologise to my mods, by the way. I just looked over at chat and like, I'm causing trouble again. Yeesh. It's what I do though, you know. It's a feature. It's a feature of the stream. It's why some of you tune in. It's why some of you tune out as well, probably. So you know, it goes both ways. Right, this one here can get torn apart. Winnie, you know me too well. That's all I'll say. Oh, good God! No! You destroyed one block. Oh, you destroyed one block. Well, actually, you destroyed more than one, obviously, but that one important block. Yeah, I'm going to have to remember to come back and do this another time. Which won't be too difficult, because I'm going to be working in this area. Hey, I think my inventory's full. It looks like it is. Let's put those jungle leaves in there. Actually, let's also throw some stuff away. You know, leather, leads. Got too many of those. Don't know where that came from. That'll do. Alright. More removal. Hey, where's Clod? Says Jack of Spades. Clod's been gone for a while. I feel like it would be time to introduce a new Clod. And I feel like maybe it should be a TNT block, and if you place it, you have to blow it up. Like, that's the rule. And I'm immediately going to hate that. I'm going to put it somewhere very important and go, uh-oh. But then, if that happens, I can put down a water bucket next to it, so maybe not so bad. Maybe not so bad, right? My cat is barking, says, I like chicken nuggies. Are you sure it's a cat? I wasn't aware that cats could bark. Look, dude, if you're going to come over here, you're going to get wrecked. Face reality. Face reality. Beef made a new album cover. Yes, he did. And I brought it because it is one... I wouldn't say it's one of my favourite albums, but it's an absolute classic. Like, I like 90s hip-hop. Y'all know that. And I was kind of, I say late to Biggie. Now I realise, like, geez, I'm old. I was a teenager when I started listening to Biggie. But initially, I didn't like Biggie. And it was purely because I was a young person with, like, you know, still had those attitudes of, oh, I don't like that. Every now and then, you know. And because I like Tupac so much, I found myself just, like, not listening to Biggie. But then someone I worked with convinced me to listen to Biggie. So I started listening to that record and I was like, yeah, this is good, this is good. And then I always like respected and liked his stuff. And then all these years later, when I'm doing my music blog, at some point or another, I decided to listen to his follow-up album, and then it all just kind of clicked to me. Then I was like, this guy's genius, absolute genius. He's just got like a brilliant flow, and you know, amazing rhymes. He switches lyrics off and on like a light switch. That's just one of those rhymes that sticks in my head, cracks me up. Okay, in you go. Alright, where are we at? Where are we at? I'm so far behind on Noises in the Ear. I mean, you came here expecting nothing less. You're like, I'm going to watch a stream, he's going to suffer. Okay, he's going to forget to read stuff, he's going to get distracted by chat. He's going to have his pre-stream on for 5 minutes in the beginning talking to himself. That X, what's wrong with him? The doctors don't know. They're trying to figure it out. By the way, this song is seriously interesting, the one we're listening to. To be fair, Tupac and Biggie had beef back in the day, says Dad Mode. Oh, they did, they did. You know, I got deep into all of that stuff, like learning about it. And I've probably talked about this before, but the Tupac Resurrection documentary is an experience unto itself. You'll never see anything quite like it. He is narrating his own posthumous, I can never quite say that word, posthumous, like, documentary about his own life, because he kind of knew that he was gonna end up dead one way or another, right? Getting involved with the wrong people. That's the tragic thing about Tupac. He starts out as an absolute talent, a bright young soul, and then he just gets pulled into the world of gangster rap and ends up like around the wrong people. And I feel like his content changes as well. Like, I adore his first couple of records, like first 3 of them, but then once he's on Death Row and he's doing All Eyes on Me, it just shifts too far into this gangster world for my liking. Anyway, this video is like on anything else. You can see him narrate his own life and his death even from this video, all in his own words, made posthumously from all this material that he recorded in like 95, 96, when he like knew that his fate was coming for him, supposedly. It's an experience unto itself. Hey, what rhymes with trigger? Probably lots of words. Right, I have a rhyming dictionary actually, because I used to write poetry, and sometimes me and my friends would write battle raps as well. Bigger, says King Wonga. Yeah, figure. I figure that I'm bigger than the man with the trigger. I don't know, jeez. Puka in chat. Hey Puka, how's it going, buddy? Also, I need to read my Noises in the Ear. Okay, I'm so sorry. 20 minutes behind. Unacceptable. Huck Knights Gaming gifting a sub to Megan Rose 30. Thank you for gifting that sub. Appreciate you supporting our community, dude. We've got the Shezar here for 4 months saying, hey X, keep up the amazing work. Thank you, my dude. I appreciate your kind words. Means a lot. J Daddy S coming in with a massive sub bomb here. J Daddy, thank you for the sub bomb. And you know, here's me 20 minutes later. I do apologise. I waffle. We stream and I waffle. So, Bruno Dan Uy, Sandertan, Defnell, The Quackenings, WYKY Detron 666, Namakia Jean, Blues Wolf 1996, Shady Bob 69, Colonel Nold, and Darth Poeta. Thank you all for tuning in. Appreciating you coming by. You've been gifted a sub by Jazz Daddies. I said J Daddies before, didn't I? It really looked like a Y last time I looked. Now it definitely looks like a Z. What's going on? What's going on? What's up with my eyeballs? We got Vadin Shadow gifting a sub to Full Bump. Thank you for gifting the sub, dude. Appreciate you supporting our community. We have Yucky Jew here with the Prime subscription. We've got Wiggly Fox here for 6 months. Spidder22 with the Prime. Better Crane for 2 months. A man of class for playing Lord Leviticus. Well, this album is classy, let's say that. I mean, this... Oh, like I said earlier, I don't really want to say too much because this record makes me want to say so many things, and I just want to put all of that into the blog. The blog is just going to be an absolute essay on this record. And that is good. You know, music that gets you talking, music that gets you thinking, I'm all for that. But, oh, there's just so much I want to say about this one, right? So much. Maybe some of you listening probably can figure out why. Especially if you're into, you know, music from like the 18 and 1700s. Because, man, I hear some absolute Debussy all over this record. I'm saying too much. I hear a lot of Debussy on this record for me. That could be, though, like a narrow way of looking at it. Because although I, like, love that music, it's not like I know it like I know something like black metal. Like the back of my hand, or other genres of metal I know really well. So when you got your, like, narrow scope of things that you know about, it's easy to think, ah, you're influenced by this band or whatever, right? But... depends how much you know about like the history of the music and all the key things in it. Why every time you speak can you not for another 3 minutes? Oh, slow mode in chat. Because there's so many people talking, if ever I look at it, it's hard for me to really pick out messages because it moves so fast. That's why we have slow mode. Okay. We got... Cronton83 gifting 5 subs to Custard Chucker. What a name. Chocobo Meow, Baron of Cubs, I Murph, Charlie W. Thank you for gifting those subs and supporting our community, dude. Very kind of you to do so. And I appreciate that support. All the leaves, please. All of them. Except those birch ones. We don't need those. We need the jungle leaves. Got to throw all of them away except the jungle leaves. Oh, speaking of which, let's get some more in here. More in there you go. Alright, we've got Doomio Lag here for 39 months. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. I'm still 20 minutes behind. Goodness me, when will I ever catch up? Someone says check Minecraft chat. Alright, in a moment. Just want to finish off this tree. I think XP is covered by the looks of that. Official Jaden is here gifting subs to Froggy MBD, Hindawi, Snake Eyes, Luaki, Xerxes RL. Thank you for gifting the subs, dude. Appreciate your support in the community. We have Ocknights Gaming here with cheers and bits, saying Assumer is better than school. But I can't educate ya. Okay, Assumer is different from school. You know, gotta get your education, right? Okay, over we go, hopping over here, hopping over there. Making our way up the tree. Gonna get all of those leaf blocks. All of them, I tell ya. Ah, so satisfying. So very, very satisfying. Some would say too satisfying. Okay, no, I'm not going to go that far. I mean, it's not that fun. Jeez. Right, there we go. Where are we at? Amateur Tom here, subscribing. Arknights, thank you again for the cheers and bits. Also, Arknights gifting a sub to Shekby29. Thank you for gifting the sub. Appreciate you supporting our community. Thank you for doing that. We also have the Dork Knight 87 for 10 months. We got Manx Boy for 44. Give me an X, give me an I, give me an S, give me a U, give me an A. Jeez. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Jules Rules here for 2 months. Cutie Panda Pie here for 2 months. Appreciate you. We got Giangle here for 7 months. Thank you ever so much for the continued support. Dang, this is a really big tree full of leaves. Just saying. Let's start to chop a bit of this off now. Oh, one over there. We have, let's see, another sub bomb. My goodness me. There's been so many sub bombs this stream. I can barely keep up. It's Arknights Gaming here, gifting subs to Reaganomics 1984, Lady Zentra, Alvir42, Lord Ruscio, and Echo Wolf. Thank you. The old Reaganomics, eh? The old trickle-down economy, jeez. There's a subject we could talk about. Let's talk about economics. Oh, look at that. The viewer count just went up big time. Everyone's like, economics? Oh, sweet. Let's talk about the economy. Oh. What's wrong with me? I don't know. I think I have too much fun doing this sometimes, right? Right, we're still picking up all of this. That's good. I don't want to be picking up all these birch ones, you see. I'm trying to avoid wasting my hoe on the birch. Woo! Bam! Annihilating! We are annihilating. Good. Right. So, Arknights Gaming. Did I read them all out? I'm just going to read the rest in case. No, I did read them out, didn't I? I read them out. Thank you. Galadard 0, here with the Prime. Hi everyone, how are you? Subscribed. Oh, these usernames. Galad 0 is also here with Cheers and Bits, saying glad to finally join in a stream. Glad to have you with us. Hope you like what we're getting up to today. I mean, this is... To be frank, this is pretty much my streams most of the time. It's like, I do boring, grindy stuff, and I just continuously waffle about all sorts of nonsense. And people put up with it, you know, they tolerate me. They tolerate me ignoring chat for hours on end. Oh dear. Right, yeah, we were not picking all of that up, were we? And we would like to, because we need to collect all these jungle leaves for Iskall in his tree, of course. And derp a lot, says Salty Hallerman. Yeah, and that. Yeah, just remind everyone about the derp, don't you? Why don't you? Jeez. This hoe is getting beaten up again. It needs some repairing. Alright. I'm still 15 minutes behind on the noises in the ear. Jeez, peeps. Thank you so much for your tremendous support and putting up with me. Being terribly slow at reading them all. You know? You do some cheers and bits and at some point in the future you might get a reply, apparently. Infini8 Gamer is here with a subscription. Wicked Aquari is as well. .nc is here for 8 months. Broccoli99 with the Prime. We got Levsco here for donation saying, have a pint on me, mate. Well, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. You may or may not know I don't drink. And I'm not particularly keen on alcohol, but I appreciate the gesture. Nonetheless, I will use it to buy a bottle of water. Speaking of which, I should hydrate and drink some water and finish my tea. Although I can't really buy water because I have bottles that I refill from the tap. That's what I drink, tap water. Pint of ice cream, says Yoda Hunter. I indulged earlier in the week in a pizza and a big tub of Halo Top, and I feel like I learnt a valuable lesson, right? It ain't really about looking forward to some day where you go and binge on, you know, a large amount of food. Treats are good, you know, everyone likes a treat with food, but like the quantity is important. I just really felt like I kind of overdid it and it was a bit nonsense, right? You want good nutrition from your diet every day, and so if you're going to treat yourself, just I feel like it's probably not a great thing to kind of like try and binge it each time, right? I don't know, I just felt like I could have had a smaller pizza or half the amount, and I didn't need to eat like a full tub. And I want to try and get into a better habit with thinking about that stuff, right? Stop thinking about these like binge days and think more like, even though it's not really binge eating, but think more of just like, you have your treats, but they make sense. They're a part of a bigger, better diet, right? It's all about your relationship with food. It's all about how you think and feel about it. Because I was really satisfied after eating half the pizza. I could have stopped. I could have finished there. So if I hadn't have brought a full pizza, I, would have quite happily have gone, that was good. That was great. Anyway, that's my dietary rant for today. Because some of you are like, every stream he talks about food. What's wrong with him? By the way, I got a curry to eat after this. Just a homemade curry, just a small portion. Yeah, usually I've done all my eating for the day by the time I stream. But today I really just I got like this list of jobs. I just felt my energy getting low. I was just like, I don't want to be grinding all this stuff out and then stream and then do this and then that. I thought, I'm just going to stream now. Do a shorter stream than usual. Enjoy myself. And then do the other stuff later. I think it's going to work out well. But anyway, you probably don't really care. Right, that's the last tree I'm going to take down in this area, I think. Because it's kind of going back to the jungle territory now. And so now we've got this big old open area next to this thing. That almost looks like an entrance there as well, like the way in. We could do some cool stuff around here, that's for sure. Right, let's log out the camera account. And where are we at? Official Jaden's here with a donation. Thank you ever so much, dude. Appreciate that. No message with that one. Pengu Soldier here with the cheers and bits saying, hope you're having a great day, bud. Small whoop, appreciate you. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Arknights Gaming's here with cheers and bits as well. Thank you for the very kind message, dude. I appreciate that. Danny Disc has subscribed with the Prime. Pengu Soldiers gifting a sub to Nightbot. We got Shady Gamer 120 subscribing. Shadow Dane for 2 months. iKurtz08 with the Prime. We got another sub bomb from Arknights Gaming gifting 3 subs to TIG, Verloop, Jack RTM, and Brenny Beast. The one, the only Brenny Beast. I watched a bit of your stream the other day, dude. It was enjoyable. I liked it. As I say this, I also realise I can't really remember what you got up to, but I tuned in for a bit and listened. Assuming Brenny's actually there, because you can gift subs to usernames when they're not watching is one thing I've learned. Right, I need to check my list of things to do, right? So the problem for me now is that I gotta start doing some kind of design work here, and I don't enjoy doing too much of that on camera. But I think what's probably best is if we take this thing down. How far down does it want to go? Yeah, I can think of a way to get this going pretty simple. Has Asuma ever taken a sponsorship or something of the sort, says the Duck Chaser. I have actually not. I've never done any like businessy stuff. And for those of you that have been listening for the longest time, know I talk about it a lot, but I'm absolutely terrible at like the business side of things, making relationships with businesses, and my attempts to get sponsorships have just never gone anywhere. So I've just kind of like left it at that. But there's a few like companies that I would like to work with. Obviously, you know, you want to make money in life, and if you can make more in a way that you're comfortable with, I think that's like a fine thing to do. So I wouldn't take up any old deal, but there's like certain companies and products that I use, and I'd be comfortable saying like, look, if you want to get this, it can support me, but I'd also be able to tell you why I use it. Like Fitbit was one of them I reached out to because I talk a lot about fitness advice and that kind of stuff, right? I could tell you how I use my Fitbit and how I'd recommend using it and all that kind of stuff. Like, because if someone's listening like, oh, I want to, you know, take a bit more control over my health and fitness, I'd be happy to talk about that stuff and how to do it. But anyway, I'm just absolutely terrible at the business side of things, so I've never gotten anywhere with my attempts to get sponsored, basically. Mark Stuff says, one day, assume we'll be sponsored by a tea company. Yeah, I tried reaching out to a tea company once as well. Because, you know, like, I'm always talking about tea, and I'd happily encourage someone to give it a try. It kind of makes sense, right? If you like and believe in a product, and you can explain why you use it, and all of that. You know, one thing I'm not going to do is force it down your throat. I'm not going to be like, hey, be like me and buy this product, right? That's not what I'm about. I'd be comfortable with explaining, this is why I use it, and here's the ins and outs, and here's why I think it might be alright for you if you're this sort of person. Doing that with something like, you know, Raid Shadow Legends, I can't do it, okay? I don't believe in those sorts of mobile games. You come to one of my streams, I'll probably be scolding myself for playing one of those, right? That's what I'm like. It's all got to make sense. It's got to be genuine, I guess, would be another way of describing it, right? Okay, just looking at where we're at with all this junk we're accumulating, I actually need this chest. So we'll put these jungle leaves in these other ones for now. Oh, we've got an empty one, cool. And I will sort this all out another time, basically. Because I want to get back over there and put down some concrete. Right, and we've gotten rid of the leaves, so we don't have to worry about leaves right now. And I don't think we need our axe either, but we're definitely going to need a shovel. So, and probably going to need a bit of a pick. Probably want to, I've got a pick, probably want to move my beacon next. So that means we'll need some iron blocks to move it about. Mr. Dude says try curry. What, as if I haven't already? Curry's my favourite, dude. I'm going to have one on the weekend again. Absolutely love curry. The music currently playing is the same person who made Sailing Clouds at Night. I do recognise the name Lord Leviticus, but I thought the artist was Jotun. Jotun is a Lord Leviticus side project, right? If you go to the Lord Leviticus YouTube channel, you'll find the Jotun music on there. Pants is here with a donation saying, how posh can you get? Well, thank you, Pants, for the donation. This is me attempting to talk like a good old posh chap. I'm not convinced that I'm doing a very good impression right now, but I'm giving it a try because I'm a good old sport. Jeez. That was probably not good, but probably mildly amusing for being not good. I don't know. Jeez, I tried. You know. Arknights Gaming is here gifting another sub. Another 3 subs even to Stroika Out Genesis. Jeez, I'm pretty sure I'm butchering that name. Constanio, thank you for tuning in. And thank you for letting me butcher your name. That posh, get into the House of Lords already. The House of Lords, yeah. Okay, we're still like 17 minutes behind. The great game of trying to catch up. Spartacus Clement is here with the Prime. We got Baron of Clubs here with Cheers and Bits saying, lol, you can absolutely educate X. Out of all the streamers, you're one of the most educational. Baron, I appreciate you saying that. What I try to do is educate you on my ignorance, right? I think when we talk about subjects, things going on, it's really good to point out one's own ignorances, right? Because when I tell you stuff that I've learned, I'm often just sort of rehashing something I've heard someone else who's really smart say. Because I listen to a lot of podcasts and stuff like that. I think it's important to think like that. Because then whenever you encounter information, you can think for yourself about where did this come from, or how did this person learn it, or whatever, right? But like, I'm not a source of education as in I can teach you about something. Although, you know, maybe some pop culture when it comes to music, right? Like there are some like subjects like metal I can talk to no end about because I've been immersed in it for so many years, but But yeah, I appreciate the cheers and bits, but like I said, it's all about like being. Why did I tear it all down? Oh, I was supposed to leave that there because I'm gonna need it later. Oh, forget it. Forget it. Forget it. It takes me to the last block for that little voice in my head to go, you want to keep all of that? Jeez, thank you, brain. Right, now where am I going to put the thing now? Because I will essentially build a... Do you know what? I'm going to build it above where the road will go. That makes the most sense. So here is above where the road is, right? It's not in Corralis's area. It's right on the middle of the road. That will do. Okay, and that is going to be... Oh, I can actually click all the way down there. Sweet. Okay, so that's the corner. Yep. Right, now we can start mapping out the base. Okay, and then the other corner is there. Derpstracted says I was definitely derpstracted, wasn't I? Not to be, well, to say not to be confused with derpfused, but saying confused right before you say the other one just sounds odd. Just sounds odd. Okay, we got the monks meandering here, subscribing. Thank you ever so much, dude. Arknights Gaming. Here with some cheers and bits. Thank you for the lovely message, dude. I appreciate you and all the support for the community. With the gifting of the subs, we've got IJ Pros here saying, X, what's your render distance? I have it set to 20 and the server is at 16. So, I can't remember if it still works the way it once used to, but if you're traveling through an area, you can kind of load chunks and leave them in the area where they're not being updated. But also the range for the fog I kind of like, so it's just a balance of like distance and whatnot that I kind of like for how it looks. That's what works for me. Cool. Right, that is a full beacon base. Beacon bacon. Fix the bridge. Yeah, I should do that, shouldn't I? Let's go check out... see if I've got any of those blocks to hand. What was it, like one block at andesite? Do you know, I could just pinch it from over here. Don't tell Corralis. Oh, stole a block. Alright, we've got Arknights Gaming with more gifted subs. Arindi, Cream Meme, Turtles Fly. Thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate your support. You've all been gifted subs. Thank you, Arknights, again. We got Rise Big Mac here with the Prime, Atom 7K for 8 months. Killzak Plays here with the Prime. And we got another sub bomb. It's Conton 83, not 87. Dude, don't be shooting at me. Gifting subs to Mason So Epic, Lich 98, Nub 1357, Uttermost Tad, Texas Ranger 95. Hail the beards. Thank you everyone for tuning in. And it feels like there's been way more sub bombs than ever in this stream today. It's crazy. Arknights Gaming has gifted a sub to DJ Itz. We got Sayus Joe here with the Prime, Moss Dodge here for 2 months, and the Monks Meandering gifting subs to Double King 11, Nero Catalyst, Kraus 1234, Kakan 01, and Strucid Fear. Appreciate you, thank you. I thought I left my... Oh, should have looked at my hotbar. I thought I left my ender chest up there. Just could have looked at that first, but I didn't. So, we want to set a height for where all this stuff is going to go and then dig it out into the corners. And I think what I'm going to do is just tarmac the area that I want and then worry about the rest later. However, I should... actually, no, I don't really need to. Okay. I kind of know where it's at in my head now, so... Let's get it going. Let's get the old camera account back on. And let's do this. I'm also going to have my bed at the ready because it's about to turn to night. Okay, so I want to place these down at this height here. And so anything that gets in my way will get torn out. But we're going to just start by trying to get like a big old square shape in. Ooh, okay, yeah. How far are we going? Oh, it's just over there, so... say about as far as that, actually. So now we come over here and bring it this way. And that is how we roll. That's how we get things done here. Okay, we got Arknights Gaming here with the cheers and the bits, saying, have you ever been in 114 degree weather? I'm not sure, because we always use Celsius. So the hottest, I don't know, it's probably somewhere like 35 to 40, I think. But there might have been like a really hot day on holiday at some point that I can't remember. But I tell you what, the heat we had recently was just awful. Awful, awful, awful. It was very humid. You see, there's not a lot of humidity over here. And humidity is the factor that always gets me. Like, I can put up with heat, but it's the humidity that kind of does it for me. And it's been rather humid, which is just not so great. Not quite ready for that. Okay, we got Guernsey Donkey here with cheers and bits saying, have you ever tried Guernsey Gouch? Pronounced gosh. I do not believe I have. I've never even heard of that. But thank you for the cheers and bits, dude. I appreciate it. Dino Amar is here with the Prime. We got Aerolexium here for 2 months. Nairo Carrion is here for 4 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Question is, do we fill this bit in here? I feel like I probably should. Because I was about to say, you know, nothing will spawn there, but spiders can, so... if I just start filling it in now, it's less of a problem later if it turns into a problem, right? Here we go. I've been in 90C before in a sauna, says Morono. Oh, I went in a sauna many, many years ago. I don't remember it being that hot, actually. I kind of remember it, like, just being... like, I didn't have much of an expectation, and then there wasn't much of a shock, if that makes sense. Like, that's how I remember it. It was just... went through the whole sauna thing, massage as well, and it was all just, like... just enjoyable, really. Saunas can only reach about 50C max, says Badger. Yeah, what did it say, 90? I should have thought that one through a bit. Maybe 90 degrees it does? I don't know the conversion. We got a noise in the ear from Funky Coaster for 31 months. We got Flux for free. Emblien is here for 13. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. By the way, 4,500 viewers hanging out with this derp with an hour in the head. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Be sure to hit the follow button here on Twitch if you're enjoying the stream and you want to catch more of it in the future. I got plans to stream at the weekend, both days. But we'll wait and see, because I got to keep on top of my videos and all that stuff, right? So yeah, what we're building right now will probably get ripped out a bit here and there. I'm wondering if, like, building this at multiple levels would help as well. To break up that sort of flatness we got. Like, what if I were to put in, like, a height difference here and there? I think that'd actually probably work really well. So at some point we've got to start thinking about that, I guess. Alright, we got a big old message here. A big old message. And I'm going to run out of blocks, aren't I? So maybe now I should focus on getting some more as we head towards this corner. And that is going to be a plentiful amount right there. Right, where's that message? On my cheer about education from earlier, there's a big difference between teaching facts and teaching perspectives. I feel like you teach how to look at a subject, how to learn more, and how to keep an open mind and always be thinking. That's something not normally taught, and sadly, something that's not common enough taught by example. Some of the best educators don't even realise how effective they are. That's a very insightful message right there. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Teaching perspective. That is something I could definitely say, yeah, I'm about that, because perspective is a really big thing. It all stems from me, you know, being engaged in things going on in the world and seeing people disagree and fight and being kind of upset by that, you know, just like, oh, why can't we get along, sort of thought. And then in thinking that, decided to go and, well, you know, maybe I need to like listen to people that see it all differently. And in doing so, had some of my opinions and perspectives changed. But yeah, there definitely isn't a lot of it. Like, it's something that I struggle to encounter. And now that I have encountered it and thought about it a lot, it's something I can pass on to other people, I guess. Okay, I really don't want this stuff to despawn. Oh, I got a big old empty chest here. Well, that's helpful. But thank you for the cheers and bits, dude. I appreciate it. We've also got official Dirtbot here for the nation saying, you can be a derp when being distracted, but tearing your beacon down like that, I believe the dirt button must be pressed. Don't you think so? Love you and your content as always. Thank you, official Dirtbot. I actually agree. I just didn't think to press it. Oh, don't tell me that means I've got to press it twice now. What's going on? There you go. I pressed it for you. Thank you again. We got Randy Nicole here for 64 months. My goodness me. That's Evil X. That's a stack. A stack of months. Appreciate you, Randy. Thank you for all you do. Okay, we got Betty Baghdadi here for 28 months. Repstar here with the Prime. Chimpo has resubscribed. Fuji Rock Ami Yamato here with the Prime. I definitely butchered that one. And we're about to catch up. Drew Helm for 4 months and LSGB with the Prime. Peeps, I've finally caught up with all those noises in my eardrum. How did I do it? I don't even know. Well, thank you everyone for listening to me waffle. And now we're all caught up. What are we going to waffle about next, chat? You know, I don't know. You got to tell me what's up. What is up, chat? I'm looking at you right now. What is the dirt button, says Elite Ducky. It's this thing right here. Oh, jeez, I accidentally pressed it. Why did I point at it? No one can even see that. Oh, well. What about a waffle about pancakes? So yeah, I had pancakes earlier in the week, and I brought the ones with chocolate in. I probably shouldn't, but man, so sugary. Like, because I hadn't ate them in ages, I just kind of forgot. Like, there's so many products out there. They just put tons of sugar in. I enjoyed it, but not quite as much as I thought I would. So, you know, death metal, says Aaron McDragon. Well, I like death metal. I don't like death though. Oh, but I also love the band Death. Oh, what a great band. Do you have advice for Minecrafters and building? I do, but I feel like if you want to ask me a question like that, it's always better to be more specific. Then I can give you a more nuanced answer. Is there a way to download the Heed pack? Oh, right, you're on about Vanilla Tweaks for Pocket Edition. No, we don't support anything other than Java. What about black metal, says Falso Lek. I love black metal as well. I'm into my metal subgenres, you know, and black would be my favourite. Can rap be combined with metal, says Paddy. I, being a big fan of hip-hop and metal, have you know, wanted to see that happen for so long, and around the late 90s, early noughties, like the worlds kind of collided a little bit, you know. Limp Bizkit did a fair bit of like crossover stuff, but it's never really like solidified. You can go out there and you can always find artists that fuse a little bit of it, but I feel like there's never quite a middle ground. I feel like the metal always has to be the dominant with rapping on top. Otherwise, it just never quite works that well. But one of the best examples I can think of like metal and hip hop really mixing well is Cypress Hill's Skull and Bones record. The second disc on that record is metal with Be Real and Sendog rapping, and it is absolutely awesome. It's really great. In fact, one of the songs I used to play on my guitar was like Valley of Chrome and Dust, and I was getting close to recording a cover of it before I stopped with the old guitar, and I was kind of looking forward to sharing that with, you know, my little corner of the world, introducing people into some awesome metal rap crossover. There's loads of other things that have been done as well, like there's the Judgment Night soundtrack, and there's probably a bunch of other examples. If I were to like scratch my noggin and sit down and think about it, I could bring up loads of stuff, but that's just what comes to mind right now. But I really, really like Moss Dodgers. I feel like metal rap from the 90s combined the worst of both parts. I'd agree with that. I wouldn't word it like that, but it tends to be the tackier elements that tend to mix in a way that sort of work for the rap metal sound of the 90s. But yeah, I really want to think that one through, because I know there's some like better examples than just Cypress Hill. And anyway, yeah, it's one of those things that I'd really like to see happen. But you know, when nu metal was big, like it brought those forces together. But today, these like, you know, the trap sound and what's popular, metal isn't in the mainstream. You know, I'm not one of these people that even desires for it to be, but I just don't see those worlds crossing over. I feel like the trap sound is probably further. Then again, you do have like that aggressive, really aggressive trap. Like, oh, do you know what? It's coming to me now. So, if you happen to be a fan of like rap metal or those sorts of sounds colliding, a band you should check out is Horror, spelt with 9s instead of R's. Now, they're more like punk, but like the energy is spectacular that they have. It's pretty close to a modern day sort of crossover in that vein. And there's a lot of like these like really aggressive trap artists like City Morgue. There's this whole sound for it that's pretty like niche and not that big, but it's certainly there. That stuff's kind of on the rap metal spectrum, if you like. Now, I talked about this thing having multiple heights, didn't I, right? Like, after filling that in, I'm thinking, this should go lower over here. Well done, me. Good thinking. So over in this space, maybe higher over the back here. So the road is going to have to, like, connect from there down to here at some point, and that's kind of low for it. So we're probably going to have it higher back over here. Arknights Gaming is here for the nation. Thank you for the lovely message, dude. I appreciate that. Glad you're enjoying watching the stream. Horror was not as described, says Prodigy. If you just went and listened to them, it depends what track and EP and all that kind of stuff, right? Like, on their Cyber Warfare record, which is probably my favourite one, like, they remix, like, Slipknot samples into hip-hop beats. It's brilliant. But on some of their early stuff, you're talking way more like a kind of very dark and eerie sort of form of hip-hop. Or more like modern trap hip-hop, right? Horror open for the Prodigy's last tour. Yeah, I really wanted to see that, actually, but I'd seen... Actually, I don't remember my reasoning for not going, but I definitely wanted to catch that, and I didn't. Right, I think what we'll do is over in this area, we're going to have it at the same level, then somewhere between here and there it drops down, and then it's going to drop down again, ironically into the area that I just filled up, but like this is what I said about streaming and grinding, like, because I'm doing this fresh, I have to think things over, whereas if I were doing this just in... you know, survival, not streaming, I could really think these things through a lot and make better decisions. So I reckon what we'll do is we'll fill this in to about here. And then around this spot it will drop down a couple of levels. So we can use up a bit of this space here at this height. I'm probably going to change all of this right here. There's a lot of stuff that I can just see changing as I come up with a design, right? So let's give it about 3 blocks and then we go down to like this height and then we'll start. Actually, let's probably make it like 4 and I don't even need to come all the way to the edge. So we'll just put that there to kind of signify that this is where it's going to go down. And we'll do 2 blocks there as well. Okay, we got Veggie Lover here with Cheers and Bits saying 2 cowboys are lost in the desert. One cowboy sees a tree that's draped in a bacon. A bacon tree. We're saved, he says. He runs to the tree and is shot up with bullets. It wasn't a bacon tree, it was a ham bush. Ham bush ambush. Very clever. That's a good one. I like it. That's a good one. I like the puns, the jokes, all that stuff. Thank you for the Cheers and Bits, Veggie Lover. We got Films215 with Cheers and Bits saying, what if the 1.17 update was just a cleanup of a bunch of slab stairs, mossy for blocks that don't have them? Thoughts? There's a good chance that there might be a small 1.17 update to see the year out. They talked about alternating major and minor updates, right? So 1.15 was like a cleanup update. And I think it would be a good idea to do that again. However, I wouldn't be surprised if they change from that. It just feels to me like this update 1.16 has been done quite well. It's been very well handled. So it doesn't feel like we need a 1.15 type update. But they could certainly dedicate time to it, right? Focus on bug fixes. Maybe just add 1 new mob or something along those lines. And I'd be pretty happy with that if that's what they chose to do. I could get on board with that. But the big thing I'm after is like the inventory update. And based on how they theme updates that are kind of very kid-friendly, you know, that's their target audience. That's why Microsoft invested so much money in this brand. I think you're going to see updates that are always going to be oriented around something that relates to the younger audience. And I think if they were to focus purely on something technical, it probably would have to accommodate something else. So if we were to get an inventory update, it would probably be part of something bigger anyway. But you know, I think it'd be really great to do a pure technical update, just focus on all the technical stuff. But like I said, it's probably not what Microsoft would want them doing. Oh, we are shredding through this terrain. Okay, we got Jargon Gamer here with a Prime, and Night Reaper 1989 is here with a donation. Let's drink some water again. And before this, I also just want to say, Stefan RBK, thank you for 14 months. Nov1 Omag, thank you for 3 months. We are caught up on all the noises in the ear. I'm keeping on top of it today. You know, for 1%. 1% of the stream, I'm keeping on top of it. X, you're always trying to improve yourself. Any resources you would recommend for bettering someone's time management? I've got ADHD and I really struggle to even do what I want to do in a reasonable time frame, sometimes at all. Night Reaper 1989, thank you for the donation. What I would suggest, what I always suggest, is to actively search for the thing that you want to improve. You know, and remember, you got Google, you got YouTube videos. There's no shortage of being able to search for time management tips. You got to try stuff. You got to trial and error it and look for things that work for you. It's the same for many things, not just time management. So I can tell you what works for me, but it might not work for you. So being able to go out there and try different things is important, because eventually you'll find something that'll work for you, I hope. So what works for me with time management is just kind of coordinating the things that I do every day, kind of into a routine, like a bit of a rhythm. But I have lots of notes. I have lots of like things. Like today, felt right to write down the times a day I'm going to eat, because I was, you know, doing a lot of recording and I didn't want to like lose track of time. And sometimes it's like that, sometimes it's not for me. Note taking is a big part of me being organised, not so much time management, but it means whenever I start to wander or drift, it's like I can refer back to those notes and be like, oh, I should be doing this with my time, okay, and stay on track. So a combination of like note taking and scheduling is probably what works best for me. But that might not work for you. But if you, you know, actively seek these things out, you'll find, you know, you try this thing, how that didn't work, try something else, that was a little better, you eventually, oh, good God, figure out something. Dude, he was trying to scare me then. That was some blatant jump scare going on. X, have you ever tried using a bullet journal? I haven't. You know, and time management is something I don't particularly reassess for myself, and maybe I should. I definitely do waste a little bit of time here and there. I've noticed I probably check my phone a little bit too much. I think I was doing far better a while back, and lately I've become rather impulsive with checking my phone again, which I don't want to do. So I kind of could perhaps save a bit of time if I didn't check it so impulsively. I think part of the problem is like short attention span. You know, I kind of, you got to think about what things you choose to like take in. If I put on podcasts, it's like I can listen to a podcast for a whole day whenever I get that bit of time, when I'm cooking or exercising or whatever, right? Throw on that podcast you listen to. But if I'm like doing stuff like YouTube videos or whatever, it's all kind of over too quick, and then you're looking for the next thing. The other thing is like records as well. Like having a playlist of records just means, alright, I'm doing Minecraft now, on goes a record, and then don't think about it. But hey, I'm talking about like managing entertaining yourself. Sounds a bit weird, but like I've noticed it can just be distracting. Like you're trying to find like a video to watch or something. That's why I don't like, you know, like Netflix, like choice paralyzation, right? Like now I'm trying to just make up my mind about what I'm going to watch way in advance and not change my mind on it, because once you start looking at all those options on Netflix, you get this weird feeling like you might be making the wrong choice, and it's like, overthinking it, because I've spent a bit of time recently just looking for like half an hour for a movie to watch, and I'm like, this is ridiculous, just pick something. And that's been all right. What was it I watched? I'm noticing I've got quite a fondness for 90s, like late 90s, early noughties cinema at the moment, so I'm gonna just go and like watch some movies that I've watched before. So whenever I like sit down to eat, just take the decision making out of it and just crack on. But I watched Deep Impact. That movie has loads of lines in it that I remember, and when they were coming up I was like, I know what you're gonna say, and I could just remember it again as if it were like yesterday or something. And I watched another one as well. I watched The Life of David Gale. And I've watched a couple of movies recently because of the heat wave, just not being able to do as much. Taking a bit of rest time. That movie's really depressing, but it's like a fantastic movie as well. It's really quite dark, but it's got a really good point to it, and I don't know, like if you're listening and you're thinking of, oh, should I watch that one that X is talking about? Go look it up, read the description, you know. If you like the sound of it, you'll probably enjoy it. But if you don't like the sound of it, probably not for you. But that's a really good movie. Seabird says you're spitting mad life tips, man. It's great to hear it all. This is like a great podcast in itself. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. It's just the way I am. Like, I'm very analytical about the things that I do. Like a lot of self-analysis and stepping back and paying attention. So I guess when I waffle on about it, it can be useful, which is good. It's good. Any other questions about I says, hi X. Movie indecision sometimes affects me too. I usually try to pick one at random. I've seen some cool ones that way that I wouldn't have seen otherwise. Yeah, that's a good, that's a good way to do it. for me, I'm a little fussy with doing that, just because I kind of want to know what I'm getting a little bit. The problem is that I've seen like a lot of movies, and when you see a lot of movies, as you get older, they tend to like blur a little bit, and kind of just, oh, this one reminds me of that, and that one reminds me of this, and so I kind of want to know what I'm getting a little bit before I go into something, rather than watch something that I feel like I've already seen. But that in and of itself isn't particularly, probably not a great strategy either. I don't know. It's like, you know, what do you want to watch? You always want to watch a 10 out of 10 movie. But, you know, all of us have seen The Shawshank Redemption, and, you know, I don't know, all of those movies on the top 10 list of International Movie Database. Like, many of those big classic movies we've all seen. Ah! Another good one is, like, deciding ahead of time. Like, I've been meaning to watch the Indiana Jones Temple of Doom movie, but I just haven't brought it yet. I haven't found out, like, what platform it's streaming on. But something like that, you know. Just decide ahead of time, hey, I want to watch a classic again. Then, no indecision, no choice paralysis. Peeps in chat are saying get glowed. Get glowed indeed, right? Alright, we got a noise in the ear from Grey Strover. And Licky Sticky Icky is gifting a sub to Source RTX. Thank you for gifting the sub, dude. Appreciate it. Have you seen The Boy in the Striped Pyjamas? Such a good movie, says Silent Storm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen that one. I think I saw that when it came out. I remember it being quite a moving one. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou is good. Seen that one as well. Seen loads of movies. Like, I don't watch so many anymore, right? But I was like pretty much like, I never used this term, but like movie buff, you know, like loved them. I tell you when I used to watch a lot of movies was around season 1 and season 2, because I used to sit at the desk and I'd have a movie on one screen and you know, I'd play Minecraft on the other, but it's just not the way I do things now. I could do, you know, if I wanted to, but I tend to listen to records and podcasts and watch YouTube videos now. Who has read the book? Always read the book before the movie, says Zan. Yeah, I'm not much like a big book reader. I listen to audiobooks, but they tend not to be novels. I remember, like, probably like before I started YouTube, I went through a phase of trying to read books, and I read some like Dan Brown novels and stuff, and really, really enjoyed them actually. But the whole like reading process is just kind of like slow compared to listening. Like, listening's such a better way for me to absorb. Uncut Gems, 3D Poo, that's a really good movie, isn't it? I like that one. We got Squishy0530 here, and Deb Constructor for 5 months saying, great to be here and follow you on all our platforms. Thank you for following me, appreciate it. Disturbed Puppy says, I could not watch Uncut Gems, too much anxiety. Well, the other person who mentioned it also mentioned being anxious. Yeah, movies can do that to you sometimes, right? And I think that's a sign of a good movie, if it can bestow an emotion upon you. But anxiety is one that I will go, oh, I'm going to step back from this, and like, hey, it's only a movie, like, I'm not a big fan of anxiety. Right, I'm going to we'll get out of that. Did we really put a whole... This can't be a whole... Oh no, we never got a whole shulker box because it was still refilling. So we have more of this material available to us, funny enough. That can't... Yeah, there you go, I've got another stack of rockets. Zeb City is here for 2 months. I saw a film called Knives Out. Absolutely framing film. You know, like, that was one of those ones that I saw and I thought it might not be my type of movie, but you never know, right? Because I've been looking, as you might have gathered, at a whole bunch of movies lately. I'm thinking about what to watch. D-Mart Badass is here with the Prime. Thank you ever so much, dude. Appreciate it. Okay. We got more of this stuff. Let's take it. Badger says, Knives Out is such a fun movie, a lot like Clue. You see, yeah, that's what puts me off. Like, Clue doesn't sound particularly interesting to me. That doesn't mean it can't be a good movie, right? You could watch movies in other language subbed in English. That is a great way to find movies. I've done a lot of that in the past because I actually like watching movies with subtitles on. I just find that so often, especially if there's like action and explosions and stuff, like you can miss words and they feel quite key sometimes. So having the words on the screen, I always like that. So I have no problem watching not dubbed, you know, foreign movies like that. But what's cool about that as well is that it kind of like, in my mind, like you can really enjoy like the accent of other languages. Like it kind of brings you a little bit more towards their culture, but so quickly then do you almost forget about it at the same time. It's fascinating. You know, like the last subtitled foreign movie that I watched that I can remember because it had such a big impact was Parasite. That's just such a wonderful layered movie that you could really dig your thoughts into. And you know, so quickly does that kind of language, cultural barrier dissipate, and it just becomes, you know, it almost feels like you're actually listening to English even though you're reading it. That kind of thing, right? X, have you seen Whiplash? I have, I've seen that one. I'd actually recommend a video by Adam Neely if you like that movie. He did a really great video on it from a music theorist's perspective, which I remember to be quite enlightening. It's still a great movie, but it kind of showed some flaws in the movie, if I remember it correctly. I remember it being interesting at least. Why are your grass blocks completely green, says KBS Glitch? Just because I have a... they're not completely, by the way, a little bit of dirt at the bottom. It's because I have a resource pack from Vanilla Tweaks. Adam Neely is a great content creator, says Will Frex. Yes he is. I very much enjoy his videos. Sumin Shizen is here with a donation saying, I used to hate reading books, especially the ones with movies to their title. But now I can't even watch a movie that has a book without reading the book first. I would be able to read the book later and love to read it. I can read several books in a day. Well, that is awesome if you enjoy the medium. Like, I would certainly love to be able to be someone who just gets lost in a book, but it doesn't quite work for me. I think I just have trouble with like my attention span and like reading at a speed that keeps me engaged, right? But I remember when I did go into a little spurt of reading novels, and that's another thing, like now when I listen to like audiobooks, then I never engage with novels anymore, right? It's always like educational type stuff. But yeah, you could get totally sucked into the story and struggle to put the book down. I remember a little bit of that here and there. Like sitting on the toilet reading and then your legs going numb. Which hermit is the most subscribed to on YouTube, says Salik Bashir. I believe it's Mumbo, right? What is he up to now? Like 6.5 million? That's just phenomenal. What are you building, says Source RTX? I'm building a like a car park. I felt like it would tell like an interesting story between, for the stadium, you know, like being out here next to the road, and it also kind of brings more to the area between me and Corrales, which is cool. Giorgio GB says, yeah, you have to find a good type of book for you, fantasy / sci-fi and so on. Yeah, well, the books that I were reading were just like thrillers, really, like just... Oh, that's it, we ran out of blocks. We've run out of blocks, my friends. And we've also run out of time, believe it or not. The timing at the end of that song was just perfect. Snoogle Snort, thank you for your subscription. I appreciate it, dude. Hope you've enjoyed the stream today. We've come to the end of my time. Doing a shorter one just because getting back into the swing of it, really been pressed today for time. So, peeps, be sure to hit the follow button before you head out of here. And you'll be able to hit the raid button in chat as well. We're going to go raid Pixel Riffs, who's playing some Minecraft. So if you want to hit that raid button, you can. Be sure to hit the follow button as well. And I'll see you all Saturday and possibly Sunday as well. So take care, peeps. Bye-bye.